Ah, there we go. It's never boring, right? It's keeps us on our toes for sure. All right. So, good morning, everybody. We are going to play with some strength building. The last two classes we have been doing back body. We're going to stay with that one, at least this one more class, as we play with some different ways to move the body. If you have paper plates, have two small or regular size paper plates. The other thing that works is some washcloths. And we're definitely going to be using a blanket or a towel as well. So just be open to the possibility of what we can play with as we start our class. So start by, if you've got your yoga mat down, just start by folding a little bit of it, the foot end of it, um, or the head end of it, sorry, the head end of it. And actually, scratch that. You probably don't need to. I need to do it more so for the camera. So you may not have to fold it all unless your space is limited, because we're going to be straightening legs and straightening arms past where your mat is. So that's why we're doing that. And then grab each of your paper plates or your washcloths and just set them on either side of your mat where you can get to them. And have a blanket just where you can get to it. We'll be up and down a little bit. And then lay down on your mat with your knees bent, your feet on the floor, and your head on your mat. So if you happen to have folded your mat to make space or make room, then just make sure your head is on your mat and not otherwise. Take the feet wide and bring your knees together and just feel your back body. Let your arms relax wherever they feel most comfortable right now. And take a few deep breaths as we start to center our bodies to the mat and to the room and to the space and to our practice. So, like this morning, when things happen that you're not expecting, it can kind of throw you off your rhythm a little bit. And so we just take a moment to get back where we were, get back to the center of our thoughts and our heart and our breath. So feel the softness of your belly as you breathe in, and let it softly fall back to the earth as you exhale. Breathing in, taking a nice deep breath, exhaling it all the way back down. And again. Good. Last one, following that breath as you breathe in. As you exhale, let it all go, all the way, all the way. And then open the eyes, let the feet come to hips width apart. Draw your right knee to your chest. We're just going to warm up a little bit here. Your right knee draws to chest, and then take your hands behind your right knee. Straighten that leg up to the ceiling and point your toes. And as you bend your knee, flex your foot. And then straighten the leg, point your toes, and bend and flex. Good. A few more here. Just starting to warm up. Let the hamstrings warm up, the ankles flexing as the knee flexes, and pointing the toes as the leg straightens. Good. Maybe two or three more here. Starting to draw the breath in a little bit deeper. Good. One more here. And bend that knee to chest, hold it there, and then either grab your ankle or the outside of your foot for a little funky half happy baby. Your left foot is still on the floor. your right hand is at your right foot or your right shin, or if that's really hard, maybe the elbow just wraps around the outside of the knee to the inside. So then you just have it holding onto it somewhere. And then rock side to side. So the right thigh will come toward the floor, and then you'll go over to the left a little bit. Just easy. We're just warming up the hips here. Good. One more or two more here. Just rock a little. Oh, this is a nice little stretch. And then take yourself back to center, straighten that leg up, let it come almost down to the floor, and bend the knee. That foot comes to the floor. Draw your left knee to your chest, hands go behind your knee, straighten as you point, flex as you bend. There you go. And just starting to get these hamstrings warmed up. Breathe. Good. Few more. That's it. And just check it out, right? Nothing else much happening in the body. We're just feeling this stretch and bend. Good. One more here. Point and flex. And then keeping that left knee toward chest, either grab the outside of the foot, the shin, the knee, wherever it makes sense for you. The sole of the foot points up toward the ceiling as if you were stepping on the ceiling. Your right foot stays bent, and just rock a little bit side to side. Just feel it. Checking out this side of your body. Good. One more little round. Good. And bring it center, straighten that leg up to the ceiling, straighten it all the way down, almost to the floor. And then bend your foot, put your foot on the floor. Take both hands behind your head. Elbows are out to the side, the knees come to 90 degrees. Bring your right elbow to your left knee. Let's get a little core warm up here. And then super slow switch. Don't pull on your head, just keep switching, but go slow. Full extension of those legs. Finding your belly starting to warm up. Go slow, full extension of the legs. Can't say that one enough. Don't pull on your head, right? And breathe. Keep it going. There we go. We're going to be doing a little bit of core work today. Good. And the next time your right elbow is to your left knee, hold, breathe. Yep, just breathe. You can even let go of your left hand if you want to. That makes it a little bit tougher, but make sure your head is not feeling strained here. Squeeze, lift the right foot a little bit higher off the floor, and switch sides. Breathe. You got this. You can let go of that right hand if you want. That's a lot. Breathe. Yep. Squeeze the belly in. Good. And then 10 more alternating. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release it. Straighten both legs, straighten both arms overhead. Take a really deep breath, stretch out that belly, and release it. All right, so you're gonna take your paper plate. We'll do the outside, or for me, the outside arm first, but right arm first. So just have your hand on your plate, and as you move that hand, you're gonna just allow it to slide overhead. Now, when my hand slides overhead, the back of my palm is on the floor. And as I slide it back down, the palm is face down. So just start to check out your range of motion here. Maybe the palm, go ahead and keep the palm face up the whole time. That actually works better. And notice how it feels as you bring the paper plate or the washcloth down to your side and then back up. If neither one seems to be working for you, you probably can just slide your hand all the way up and all the way down. Yeah, and just notice where you feel it. Good, we got one more here. Just stretching it up and sliding it back down. Good. And then let's simply go to the other side. Good. When you're ready, slide the arm up. So you'll notice, right, if your mat is in the way, as you slide the arm up, you just got to scoot your head further closer to the edge of the mat so the arm is free. So notice where you feel it. The palm is face up. You're just sliding that washcloth, that paper plate, up and down. Do you feel it in the shoulder? Do you feel it in the chest? Right? Do you feel it more in the arm? Good. We got two more on this side. Just slide up, down. Last one. Slide it up and slide it down. Whew, good. And then the plates are under both arms. I want you to bend your elbows as you kind of touch the plates above head, and then slide down, kind of like we're doing snow angels. Just slide them up. Now check out what's happening with your head, your neck, right? Try to keep the chin level. Try not to raise the chin up. But now as you bring those plates down, I want you to feel the engagement of your shoulder blades. Squeeze it down and then just let it slide up. So really feel the back body working. Good, and up. Let's do three more. Squeeze the elbows down. Bring them up. Two more. Squeeze down. Right, if you've gone to a gym, you might have done this pulling a bar from overhead down into your back. And the last one, just leave the paper plates over your head and lower your arms down to your sides. That's not so bad. All right, and then turn over to your side. So I'm on my right side. You're going to need one paper plate in front of you as you're looking at it. Take your bottom arm and use it as a pillow. Or no, your hand can't be in your head can't be in your hand. So just use it as a pillow, or grab your blanket and use that as well. Your top arm is going to go onto the plate. And as you do that, I want you to start to slide the plate up overhead. And as you do, keep letting it go. Let the hand or the arm turn any way it needs to, and then open into a twist. And then slide it back overhead and down to your knees. Yep, take it up. Slide it open. Open it up and slide it down. Good, just three more here. Simple, slow. Check it out. Open up your chest and bring it back. Good, two more. Slide it up. Open it up. Slide it back and down. Last one. Reach it up. Open your chest, everybody. Pause. Just feel that twist. And then open it back and close it down. Good. Release. Come back to your center. And then go to the other side. I'm going to see if I'm going to be able to do this. I think I'm going to have to flip around. So once again, this time your left arm is down underneath your head, giving you some support. Your right hand is on your paper towel, or your paper towel, that could work too. Your paper plate, and you're going to start to open it up. Just twist it open and feel it. So when I twist, my palm rotates up, and then when I close it, it kind of rotates down. I'm almost more on fingertips than anything. But just go slow, check it out, open up your side body, and then bring it back. Good, here we go. Bring it up, bring it open. Check it out. And down. Good, two left. Open. This should feel nice. And down. Last one. This time, just pause for a moment in your twist. Just feel that twist in the body. Feel your waist, your back, your upper back, and slide it back. Good. Now come on to your bellies. Good. I'm going to turn back around where I folded my mat so I have more room. Come onto your bellies and have both paper plates in front of you. And just pause for a moment here. Have your head down, resting on your hands, your chin resting on your hands. Make the legs nice and long. Tuck your belly in a little bit. Lengthen your tailbone. Bend one knee and then and release. Bend the other and release. Good. Few more of these right here. And bend. Yep. So something else we've been doing in the last few classes is getting a really good quad stretch, working with these legs and firing up the hamstrings a little bit, which we're going to need in a moment. So the next time one leg is bent, hold, just squeeze it in. In fact, I lifted my whole thigh and lengthened from the hip bone all the way down to the knee. And then press into your pubic bone, press into that same side hip and really ground that leg. You might feel the knee pop off the floor a little bit as you press down through that whole hip complex. So 1, you're going to stay here. 2, you're going to point your toes. Or 3, you're going to reach back, grab your foot and bring it in toward your hips. Now, if you're doing this and your knee is screaming, you should not be doing this. We are simply warming up our quadriceps, our thighs. So no pain. So if you need to, you just let go, right? Now, what I'd like to see is as you press down into that hip, you're holding that foot in toward your glute if you're able. Let go of the foot, but keep it. Now, I am cramping in my hamstring, just so you know. I'm going to hold on to that just for a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly let that leg go. I have learned to not fear that cramp. However, I am mindful. If it kept on cramping or getting tighter, I would let that go. Okay. All right. So, other side, bend your knee, lengthen your whole leg, press down into your hip. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to reach back, point the toes, grab your foot, hold that, get a nice solid stretch. Notice the tendency to want to lift away from that hip, right? That's a compensation. So press down through your hip. Enjoy your little stretch of those quads. Maybe keep the foot there and let go. Hold. Yep, I know. Cramp. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Whew. Good. And then just alternate, bend the knees, let the toes tap the floor. There you go. Stretch it out. All right, so that's the little leg warm up. Your hands go onto your paper plates or your towels. Your head is, pretty much right at the edge of your yoga mat. Let your head be comfortable, your neck aligned. Simply take one hand, your right, say your left hand out to the side, down toward the hip and back up. And then go to the other side. Slide it down and up. You can rest your head on the mat. You can rest your head on your blanket. Okay, just try to stay with alignment. Breathe side to side. Simple at first. We'll build on this in a minute. That's it. 1 more. And then single arm, I want you to pull the elbow back and bring it forward. Squeeze the elbow back. If you have a pretty slidey surface, I'm realizing this record is probably going to be awful with all this noises. But you can press down on that paper plate or on the washcloth to get a little bit more work in the upper body. There you go. Good. 1 more. Breathe and pause. Both arms. First, the arms are straight and they're back overhead, down toward the hips and forward. Now notice as you bring the hands down, maybe you can lift your upper body a little bit, little locust pose, and down. Lift up and down. It's not going to go far. Squeeze down and up. We got one more here. Squeeze down. Woo. And up. Now listen up. Bend your elbows, both of them at the same time. Bring them to your sides. Good. Bring them both to your sides. Squeeze. This time, see if you can lift the upper body any amount. Squeeze. Woo. And squeeze it. Oh, yeah. And squeeze. Make sure you're not lifting your chin. Breathe. Last one here, everybody. Squeeze it back, maybe hold. And release it. Oh. Release your head, shake out your hips. Find your breath. That's it. And then come up to Sphinx pose. So come up to your elbows and bring your paper plates forward, or your washcloths, so that your hands are on your paper plates, but your elbows are right at the edge of your yoga mat. So the elbows are cushioned, the hands are on your plates. Tone your belly in, squeeze your belly in. Yep, lengthen your tailbone. And you're going to slide out slow until you're pretty much flat. And then don't let the elbows splay out. Pull them straight back to Sphinx. Slide them out slow. Pull them straight back. Yep, 3 more. Slide out. Slide it back. Feel the shoulder blades, right? Feel that retraction of the shoulder blades. Don't let the elbows splay out, okay? Really important as we're learning proper alignment for Sphinx and for many other things. Good. And then just pause in your Sphinx. And if you're like me, the paper plates just kind of stick. Like Edward Scissorhands, only paper plates. And breathe. All right, so this time we are gonna let the elbows splay out. So it's more of a cobra. If you just did what we just did, more Sphinx-like, and that bothered you back, or it was just, about as much as you wanna do, stay with this one where you're doing it straight back and dropping the elbows again. Otherwise, you're down flat. You're gonna slide wide like you're doing a push-up, and then push up into your arms. The elbows don't have to be straight. And then slowly slide back out. Squeeze, slide, push up, slowly come out. Yep, squeeze, slide, push up, and out. This is slow work, everybody. Last one. Squeeze, push, and out, and let it go. Bend your knees, windshield wiper. Find your breath. All right, so just set the paper plates aside for a second. Press yourself up to table pose. Maybe you need a little bit of child's pose just to soften the back. And then you're gonna grab your blanket. If you are on carpet, and I know several of you are, you're gonna stay with your paper. No, we're gonna use both, sorry. We're gonna use both. I knew I was gonna mess that up. I want your blanket to be just maybe a couple of inches from your hips, or from the front of your mat, wherever the front of your mat is. Be mindful here, my loves, okay? And Betty helped me here come up with a second solution. Here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're basically we're gonna belly flop onto the blanket by sliding forward. The secret here is huge amount of integrity with those arms and with our core. So maybe you can look first and then do it. Here's where it's kind of gonna look like. You're in table pose, and immediately I'm gonna do that belly crunch that we've been playing with quite a bit. And then I'm gonna squeeze my arms toward each other, and I'm gonna slide out to keep that belly, keep that belly, keep that belly, and I got nothing left. So I'm just gonna plop down to my blanket, slide the arms back, and come back up. There should be no pain, no strain, no distress here. If you need more than one blanket, go ahead and put 2 blankets there. Roll up your mat, whatever you need. Here's your other option. As you slide out, if you start to lose the belly and you drop into your low back, then slide out, slide out, slide out, drop your elbows, and then lower your hips, okay? So that'll be a little bit safer if you're concerned about dropping to the blanket. All right, here we go. Squeeze in your belly. We're doing 5 of these and they're slow. So push out, keep those arms fired up, push out, squeeze your belly, squeeze your belly, squeeze your belly, all the way down until you got nothing left. And then slide the arms back, press up. That's 1. Here we go. Squeeze your belly, squeeze the arms, push, down, and push up. Now, if you can't slide it all because your blanket, you're on carpet, just walk the hands out until you can't hold anymore and then plop. Here we go. Squeeze it all, everybody. Belly in, push, 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 down. That one was a little easier. We got 2 left. Squeeze in, crunch that belly, keep it there. And back. Last one. Squeeze it in, squeeze those inner elbows toward each other. Hang on to that beach ball and down. And release it. And then just come into a little baby child's pose. And breathe. So hopefully you felt your core there, right? You felt that core work a little bit, not to mention the shoulders, the arms, all of that cool stuff. All right, so release your blanket for now. If your mat is folded up, you can let that go as well. You're gonna need 1 paper plate under 1 hand or 1 washcloth. And what we're looking to do here, knees are bent, the heels are digging into the yoga mat, is we're gonna lean back and we're gonna start easy. So keep your right hand on your knee, keep your left hand on the paper plate. Lift your chest, squeeze your belly. As you head back, the arm goes out and you're following your hand, but hold on to the knee and then squeeze up. Good, let's do 4 more. Down and squeeze up. Slow, right? Here's the core. Push into your slider to bring it up. 2 more. Slide back and up. Good, and back and up. Good. And then just go right to the other side. This is the easier portion, so we're gonna just play here. Left hand stays softly on the knee just for guide. And you're gonna watch that plate go back. You're gonna follow it with your gaze and then come up. And down 2, feel that belly work. And up. 3, try not to be in a hurry. And 4. And up. Last one. Down we go. And up. Good. And just pause for a second here. Just building some core work. Feeling good. Got the internet working. All right. So left hand back. Soften the bend in your knees, but dig those heels in so you don't have quite as much bend. So we've got to work core, right? Just the simple lean back is going to work core. Here's your option. 1, you're going to stay with what you were doing with your other hand helping to support you, or as the left hand slides, the right arm goes up. Yep. And then come back up. And 2. You can go as far as you like. Breathe. Push into your plate or your slider so that you don't collapse your shoulder. We got 1 more. and up. And squeeze it in. And switch sides. Well done, everybody. How's that going over there, Miss Betty? Good. All right, right hand to the plate. Left hand is either at your knee or it's going to reach the opposite direction, which is basically up. Here we go. Follow it down and up. Follow it down. Woo. And up. This is 3. And up. 4. And up. Good. Last one. Maybe pause. Push into your paper plate. Feel that shoulder work. And up. And release, everybody. Yeah, it's some kind of fun stuff. So imagine, right? We're doing 5 and 5 and 5. Imagine if you did 10 on each side and how much fun that would be. All right, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches over, circle over the knee, circle all the way around just for 3. Just softening up here a little bit. And reach, circle. Last one, nice side bend. Reach for that shoulder stretch and circle both arms up. Exhale, other side. Reach with the arm, circle over the knee, come on up. And side bend, shoulder stretch, circle. And last one. And circle. And shake it out. Good. Grab your washcloths or your paper plates. I'm just going to fold my mat just so I have room in front here to do what I want to do. All right, so you're going to grab both paper plates seated in cross-legged if you can. If you cannot, take the legs wide with a big bend of your knees because you're going to slide forward, and I do want you to watch your low backs here. That might be a little too much if your legs are straight. So you just see. So your hands are on your plates. Your torso is tall, chest is lifted, belly is toned in. I want you to slide forward and then circle out to come up. Okay, so I'll face forward just for a sec so you can see what that looks like. You're going to slide forward and then push on what you're sliding with to circle in. Good. Slide forward, push, like really work. You should feel all of this working, right? Back body, latissimus dorsi, the shoulders. See? Yes. Okay, out, push down, circle hard. Bring them in and out. Bring them in. Now, if you don't push down, if you can't, if you're on carpet, you really can't push too hard and slide. But if you're on a surface that you can slide, as you push and come out, you are working those arms a lot. So within reason, try to give some weight to those hands. Good. This last one, we're going to slow it way down. So take it out. Pause here. Squeeze the belly, broaden through your shoulders. Take it out just a little bit. Hold. Want you to feel the complex of the shoulders. Take it out a little bit. Hold. Out a little bit more. Now it's getting harder, right? Watch the head, watch the neck here. A little more. Hold. What's happening, right? Really working here. Out a little bit more. Woo. They're almost at your sides. Push and squeeze them in. Go out to your sides. Squeeze, work the chest and out. Squeeze them in with everything you got and out. We got 2 more. Squeeze them in and out. Last one. Squeeze, 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 squeeze them in. Oh, and let it go. Shake it out. Well done, everybody. All right. I hope you're all doing okay. Straighten out those legs for a second. Shake them out. In fact, let's do this first because I was going to go somewhere else and I think we need just a little more leg warm up. So go ahead and put your heels on your slidey things, your washcloths or your paper plates. Your hands come behind you, your shoulders lift up and wide, right? So don't collapse through your body and just straighten both legs. Squeeze them in. You're on your heels, right? Out, squeeze in and out. Squeeze them in. A little bit of hamstrings. Out, squeeze. Good. Last one here. And in, single legs. Out, out, out. That's it. Watch what the knees are doing, right? Watch what the feet are doing. Breathe. Maybe let go of the hands. That's it. Come on. Breathe. Little bit of core. You want to lean back a little more core, little more legs, right? Oh, and bring them up. Good. And just release them. All right. That was the warm up for this. You're going to come to your mat. Your heels go to your paper plates. Your behind is close to the edge of your mat, but comfortable. And then come on down to your backs. Oh, shoulders are down to the floor. Your hands are down at your sides. Your palms are face up. We're going to start easy. Just straighten one leg and bring it back. Straighten it. Maybe you'll feel a little arch of your back. We played with some of this at the park. Straighten it as the back arches a little as you bring it in. Crush that belly in. Good. One more here. And bring it in. Other side. Straighten. Allow the arch and then squeeze it into as the heel comes in. Squeeze the belly in. Good. 3 more on this side. Breathe. Squeeze it in. That's 2. You got it. And last one, squeeze it in and pause. Good. And then feel your feet on your paper plates. Dig your heels in, hands down to your sides. Come into a small bridge. Now, if bridge is awful, then especially with your feet like they are and your feet on paper plates, take your blanket and just make a little like roll under your hips or your block if it's close by, but I didn't cue it. If you need a little extra support here, then put something under the hips. It's not a high bridge. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for a little bit of a rise of those hips. So we press into the heels, lift the hips, lower the hips, straighten the legs. Bring the legs in, lift your hips, squeeze, lower the hips, straighten the legs. Yep, so far so good. Bend, lift up, lower, straighten. Yep, keep it up. And down, straighten. Last one here. Squeeze it in, lift up, hamstring work, and straighten the legs and just pause. I hope this is working for everybody out there. I know depending on your floor, this can be more challenging or just not really slide the way I'm hoping it'll slide for you. So just do your best and make your modifications, right? All right, so bend your knees, heels on your paper plates. You should be able to feel that. Lift your hips a little bit, press your hands into the floor or hold on to the sides of your mat just to give you some support here. You're going to leave your hips up this time, straighten just your right leg and lift it back in, squeeze it in. We're going to do 10, one side, push and straighten. Yep, squeeze it in, straighten it out. This is 4. Whew, there's that hammy. 5. Ow. 6. 7. You got it. Hang in there. 8. 9. Woo. Last one. Squeeze it in, everybody. Lift both hips. Lower your hips to the floor. Pause here. Nice deep breath. You know, we got the other side, so let's do the other side. Lift the hips, not super high. Press hands to the floor. Hold on to your mat. Dig into your heels. Straighten just the left leg for 10. Out. Squeeze it in. Woo. And squeeze. Yep. 3. Squeeze. Belly toned. 4. And 5. Ow. And 6. You got it. Come on. 7. And 8. And 9. Last one. Dig it in. Squeeze it in. And lower down. Oh, yeah. Bring your knees to your chest. Easy, soft. Maybe rock a little side to side. It'll get you, won't it? It is amazing. All right, roll over to one side. Come on up. Now, ideally, you're using your blanket here. If you don't have a slidey floor, but you have cushion, you can try your paper plates. Okay, I'm not positive it would work. And for me, on concrete floor and paper plates, it's just too hard for my knees because we're going to be on our knees. You're coming onto the blanket on your knees. Now, if neither one works for you, you can still do this. You're going to do more the idea of the motion than the motion itself. So your knees are on your blanket. Your belly is toned in, and you come down to your elbows. Softly interlace your hands and press your chest head away from the elbows a little bit so that you've got really good form in your body. Now, hopefully you're on your blanket, you're on your knees, and you're going to slide the blanket out until you're in plank. And you're going to squeeze back in. Now, if there's no sliding happening where you are, then I want you to come here, walk the knees out, squeeze in, and then walk back in. Okay. So a little more onerous, but you got it. All right, here we go. Slide out. Don't let your belly drop. Squeeze in. Push out. Squeeze in. Really squeeze your bellies, everybody. And in. Don't move from your back. Move from your belly. Squeeze. Yep. And 5. And then just slide out and maybe land on your belly. And pause. I sent out that newsletter from Blue Lotus. I think all of you should have gotten it. And one of the things she said is every day try something new or do something old in a new way. And I think that is part of what inspired this class of just playing with some old things a new way, right? This really bringing out that creativity of what else can we do? There's your question for the day. What else can we do? All right, come on up, squeeze it up. Come back to this kind of funky table pose on elbows. Here is your choice. And it is a choice. You're back on your knees. You're doing what we just did. You're sliding. Or you're on your feet. So you're doing a full plank on elbows and squeezing it in. Here we go. That's 1. Knees are not. And 2, and 3. Oh, this is hard. 4, 5. Hold your plank or your half plank. Hold, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower yourself down. Oh, bend your knees. Windshield wiper those legs. I know. Trust me, I know. All right, good. And then come on up. Set your blanket aside. Put everything aside for now. Fold out your mat. And let's come to downward facing dog. Simple, simple. Take your dog wide, so feet toward the edges of your mat. Squeeze the inner beach ball. Shift your hips side to side. Find your breath. That's it. From here, plank pose. Squeeze it in. Heels point up. Belly tones in. You're doing a baby crunch. Bend your knees. Take them to the floor. Elbows head back toward your hips. Slow chaturanga. Release to Sphinx. And elbows forward, Sphinx pose. Yep. You wouldn't think I wouldn't get some chaturanga in there, would you, after all the chaturangas we've been doing? Good. I want you to lower down. Push into your hands and your knees. Squeeze your belly. Push up. Then to plank. Then to down dog. Yep, pedal it out. We're going to do 2 more, right? Just like that. Plank first. Fire it up, everybody. Knees down. Good, solid chaturanga. Slow. Release either cobra or elbows, Sphinx. Okay. Breathe. Lower. Knees, hands, belly. Push up. Plank. Almost forgot the plank. Down dog. Boy, when you slow it down, right, Betty? All right, last one, everybody. Here we go. Down dog. Plank. Fire it up. Knees, nothing else changes, right? Plank. Squeeze that belly. Bend the elbows. Slowly lower down. Release to cobra or to Sphinx. Yep. And then press back to a nice little child's pose. Find your breath. That's it. And just kind of notice, right? Notice how you're feeling. We're getting stronger every time. Every time we do anything, anytime we challenge this body, we bring strength, we bring flexibility, we bring mobility, right? So don't be afraid of it. Don't shy away from it. I was with somebody yesterday who said, I've always been weak. And I was just like floored by that. And I thought, and I said to her, it's not too late, right? It's never too late. Find your breath. All right, come on up. You're on table pose. I want you to be mindful here. Take a paper plate or your blanket will work for this as well. Unless you're not on a slidey floor, I'm going to use the paper plate. You're going to come to your hands and your knees, and then you're going to take your one leg to the outside to your paper plate. Now, I just want it to be comfortable. So it's kind of like gate pose, right? If you came up on that knee, you would be in gate pose. But here we're on our hands and our knees, or on our hands and our one knee. That leg is out to the side, and I want you to take it back to the edge of your mat, and then take it forward as far as it'll go for you. Maybe it'll come to the front edge of your mat, maybe not. Out and back, forward and up. And back, yep. And forward, woo. Slide it back. Last one, bring it forward. Want you to slide it back and hold. Squeeze in your belly, release the foot, take it back so that you're in half balancing table. Take the right arm out. You're now in balancing table. Squeeze it in. Oh, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower and lower. Shake it out. I'm going to turn around just so I have room. Everybody breathe. Smile, right? This is your crazy yoga instructor coming up with something else. All right, here we go. Your other leg is out to the side. It's right out from your hip. Your hands are planted. Open up your shoulders and give a big, good squeeze to your core. Slide it down. It'll hit your mat. Slide it forward to your level. Good, nice, Betty. Down and forward, working with the hips. And down. Forward. Woo. And down. Good, last one here. Slide it forward. Slide it back. Hold that back. Level out your hips. Lift up your leg. Tone the belly. Reach with the opposite hand, balancing table. In balancing table, you're looking down at your mat, maybe to the front edge of your mat, but you're not cranking on your neck. Your belly is squeezed. Everything's working. Lower your hand. Lower your knees and sit back. Child's pose, puppy stretch, hero pose. We're almost done, everybody. Actually, we're doing pretty good. We're just at an hour. We're not almost done. I thought we were. Good, find your breath. Some of you are out there going, I'm almost done. All right, come on up. Find a seat, both heels to both paper plates. Straighten your legs. They're on the paper plates, both 2 plates. Yep. Good. Make sure you've got room. So just start by, we did this before, squeeze in, squeeze out. Yep, squeeze in and out. Good. Squeeze in and out. Keep them out. Open wide. Woo, your level. Toes stay up. Squeeze them in. Now, if you want hands behind to just support your body, do that. Good. Squeeze out. Squeeze in. This is outer hip work. Out. Squeezing in. Inner hip work, right? Out. Whoo. In. Squeeze it out. And in. Good. Last one. I want you to hold open. Your level. Now, for me, I'm going to pick my hips up and scoot that pelvis back a little bit so I'm more anteriorly tilted. I don't come really far forward here. Doesn't do me any good. So what I'm more concerned about is this nice tall upper back. Maybe the hands come forward, maybe not. Any pain anywhere, you're going to squeeze those legs in a little bit more. Just breathe. That's it. Feel the legs, right? That's what we're working here. Find your breath. Bring them in a couple of inches. Hold the forward fold. Breathe. Really lengthen through your spine, everybody. Try not to round too much. Don't let the head drop forward. Squeeze them in a couple more inches, the paper plates or the legs. Lengthen. Squeeze them in a little bit more. Keep lengthening. We're moving toward, we're going from a wide leg forward fold to a narrow leg forward fold. Squeeze them in the rest of the way. The hands go to the outside. I'm dragging my hands back. I'm lengthening my torso. Not at all worried about how far I'm coming forward, right? Just doesn't matter. Maybe you're reaching with the toes, maybe you're flexing your feet, maybe your hands reach for the feet and hold. Breathe. Release, come up, torso up, squeeze the legs in with your paper plates. And breathe. Good. You probably can stay right where you are. I'm just going to turn sideways so that you can see. Your feet are on your paper plates. Good. I want you to keep your feet where they are. Lean back until you feel core engagement. Your hands can rest on your knees. There's a lot more support here. Or the arms come out. Modified boat pose, right? Breathe. I want you to keep this. Straighten your legs. And bend them. I'm going to bring my mat up a little. Straighten and bend. Keep the lean back. We're working belly. Squeeze in and out. Squeeze in. Yep. And out. Good. Two more. Squeeze in. Feel that. Out. Woo. Squeeze it in. Press it out. Hold. And then bend your knees. Find your boat pose. Lift one leg. Lift the other leg. Oh, find your breath, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. And get rid of those paper plates. We are done with those. Good. If your mat's all folded up, go ahead and straighten it. Oh, good. Come on down to your back. Oh, if you have, by the way, if you have blocks, go ahead and get them close to you. One on each side of your mat. And then just come onto your back for a moment. And breathe. Take the feet wide and windshield wiper the legs. I know a lot of this stuff can be really tense for the hips, right? Because we're putting them in ranges of motion that we might not normally. We're working with them completely differently. You know, I came to a realization, which I know already, I just had to remember that it's up to me to get stronger in my body or to move more or to get myself up and away from the computer and get outside, whatever it is, wherever you are, whatever you can do to bring more into your life. It's up to you what the more is, but bring more into your life. There you go. All right, come on back to center. Bend your knee. This is going to be tricky. I want you to take a block to your foot. Try to find balance and lift that foot up. If you can, do it. If you can't, if that block keeps falling, keep your eyes open. But if that block keeps falling, then don't worry about the block. That it's really like a focus tool here. Squeeze your belly. I want you to lower that leg and keep the block on your foot. So it's not going to go far. All we have is this surface tension here. And then bring it up. Just two more right here. If it's not sticking, don't worry about it. And up. Last one here. Let's see how low it'll go. And up. Bend your knee. Release your block. Switch sides. Just try to find, it might be long ways. Whoop. It might be sideways for you. Where can you maybe find a little balance with the block? Good. Shoulders are down, upper body is relaxed. Flex your foot, by the way. See where you can go and bring it up. Slow, slow, slow. Whoop, there it goes. There's one. Good, one more. Slowly lower and bring it up. Good, bend your knee, release. It's weird, I gotta figure out why the feet. Good, this time if you can, the block goes to both feet and goes straight up. It's not even, but we'll see where it goes. Hands under hips, flex your feet. See where you can go. Woo. And bring it up. Mine are just slipping and sliding today. Flex, really flex, and bring it up. Whew. Last one. I want you to keep going until the block falls off, and then hold your legs in that spot. Look how much lower my legs are when I don't care if it drops. Okay, squeeze your belly to the floor. Squeeze your back to the floor. Your hands are under your sacrum to help your back. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to chest. Well done, everybody. Oh, squeeze it in. We're almost done. Now we're really almost done. Good. I want you to come onto you, gather up your blocks and come onto your back. They're across the room somewhere. Hold on to your blocks as you come onto your back or onto your belly, sorry. And then reach your hands behind. Try to palm your blocks so that the blocks are sitting on top of your palms and your palms are face up. You can rest your head down. I'm going to keep mine somewhat elevated just from a voice standpoint. Press your pubic bone into the mat. And I want you to raise both arms. Maybe rest your forehead and down. Press the front shoulders away from the floor and down. Push the pubic bone toward the mat. Lift. That's it. And lift. Just go as high as it makes sense for your shoulders. And last lift. And down, just rest. Maybe turn your head to one side. Find your breath. And then reach both shoulders away from the floor. Raise both hands off the floor. Don't worry about how high you lift here. I want you to pulse. That's it. Keep pulsing. Pulse. Maybe lift the chest. There you go. Nice, right? Woo. Don't lift the chin. Hang on. Working back body. That's it. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Listen up. 1. Hold. Maybe lift the feet. Locust pose. Breathe. Woo, yeah. And release. Woo, let those blocks go. Release your arms. Shake it out. Set your blocks aside. Have I ever told you I love props? I think I have. Good. Roll back over to your backs and come onto your back. Nice wide shoulders. Lift your hips. Take your hips to the right. Bring the knees back to chest. Roll the knees to the left. Come into a really nice open twist. If you have the room, open the right shoulder, right arm out to the right. Let the left arm open out to the left. Just breathe here. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Maybe turn the head a little bit side to side, but don't, again, and it's okay if you do it, really, but I see a lot of over neck turning in yoga, and I don't see comfort. I see strain a lot. So, in a twist for me, I will often look at the ceiling. Sometimes I'll look in the same direction as the knees. Sometimes I will see how my neck feels looking the opposite direction. If it feels good that day, I'll look in the opposite direction. If it feels really tight and tense, then I won't. I'll keep it neutral. So, see where it is for you today and breathe. And then bring the head to neutral wherever it is for you. Raise your top knee up, raise your bottom knee up. Feet to the floor, your hips go to the middle, and then they shift to the left. Knees come up, knees roll to the right. Oh, broaden through the back body. Just feel like your whole wingspan has gotten even longer from fingertip to fingertip. And then the same thing with the neck. Maybe look toward your right, center, look toward the left. A couple times here just to move the rotation. I mean, we never want to keep any part of our bodies super still, right? We will lose function, but we want to be mindful in that function. And then see how it feels if it's looking to the left, see how it feels if it's straight up. Hmm. Find your breath. Hmm. And release your neck first. Top knee raises up, bottom knee raises up, feet to the floor. Your hips come right back to the middle. Bring your knees to your chest. Hold your right knee in, stretch your left leg really, really, really long. Bring it to the corner of your mat. And then reach your right leg and stretch it as long as you can, all the way to the other corner of your mat. Squeeze your hips and glutes. Give them a really good, strong squeeze. And let it all go and find your Shavasana. If your lower back is chatty, you know that you can bend your knees, maybe take the feet wide and bring the knees to center just to alleviate any stress there. But then feel your body on the mat and do a little scan here. And if you feel tension anywhere, I want you to bring the breath into that space with a deep inhale and an exhale of release. And then move about the body and notice, is your right shoulder feeling tense? And if it is, maybe bring the breath to it and let it go, or wherever it is for you. Is it your neck, your low back, your legs? Are you holding something that you don't need right now? Your jaw? Is it your mind that is tense? Thoughts of to do lists or whatever? Can you let that go? Relax. Let go. Let be whatever is. Let it be. Feel your body soften with each exhale. Maybe a soft smile comes to your face, that smile feeding your body. And notice how that smile softens you even more. Start to bring your attention back to your body. Nice and slow. Maybe wiggle your fingers, maybe smile as you stretch arms overhead. Slowly drawing your knees to your chest, rocking side to side, allowing the knees to roll to one side or the other. This pose is fetal pose, and it's also called seedling pose. And I love that word because I feel like each class we plant seeds and then press all the way back up to your seated pose.